YouTube. So today is another beautiful day where I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong. Last week I made a video about how your fear of failure is holding you back, and even though I still think that that's the biggest obstacle holding most of us back, there are so many other things and negative ideas that we hold on to that slow down our progress as well, and today I'm going to go through the rest of those. Some of the things I've included on this list may apply to you and some of them may not. I've composed this list based on things that I've struggled with in the past, and some of them are actually still current, and other things that I've included on this list are based on things that I've seen people around me struggle with. I'm not going to pretend that I've completely stopped doing all of these things, but I have stopped doing most of them, and I think the first step in turning your life around is identifying the problem, so here we go. But before I forget, if you're new to my channel, my name is Taryn Aaliyah, and I make videos about how to improve yourself while also working to improve myself. And if you're a returning viewer, then welcome back, and thank you so much for watching my videos. You're the best. Spending all of your free time on social media. So the first thing that you're doing that's slowing down your progress is spending all of your free time on social. This is also something that I talked about in my last video, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but you don't get anything from social media other than maybe 6 to 10 seconds of entertainment. In a study done in 2013, the National Center for Biotechnology Information in the UK found that social media use had lowered the average attention span from 12 seconds in 2000 to 8 seconds in 2013. And if the average attention span was only 8 seconds in 2013, I don't even want to look up what it is right now. And something else that I think is really funny is when I was searching this, I already knew that social media was ruining our attention spans just because of things that I've read in the past, seen in the past. But when I was looking up social media is ruining, these are all the other things that popped up. Social media is ruining the world, your life, my relationship, relationships, our lives, society, dating, this generation, the list goes on, and I know that this doesn't actually matter because this is just things that people have searched, but people are searching it for a reason. Social media is turning us into goldfish, and how are you supposed to get anything done if you can't focus on anything for longer than a few seconds? Binge watching too many shows. The next one that you've absolutely got to stop doing is habitually binge watching TV shows on Netflix or whatever streaming platform that you use. If you're like me, then you pick a show and watch it from start to finish like a book and then go on to the next one. I think that that's the one bad thing that came out of streaming platforms, because now if you find a show that you like, you can watch it from start to finish within a week. But back in the day when all we had was cable, you would get to watch your favorite show for 30 minutes to an hour, however long it aired, for that amount of time, that day a week, every week that it came out. And when it was over, you had to wait until the following week to see what happens next. And it was serious. If you really liked a show, I personally would not make plans from 7 to 8 p.m. on Thursdays. And I still haven't conquered this one yet. I still do this. If you're watching a TV show and it ends and then it asks you if you want to watch the next episode, if you don't do anything, it'll automatically start playing the next show. And you know it's bad when you're sitting there and then the TV asks, "Are you still watching?" And you're just sitting there wow, how long have I been here? So long story short, try not to watch a whole show in one sitting. It's not helping you. Going out every weekend. This is something that I do not do anymore. I'm only 23 years old, but I am already too old for it. It's exhausting. But I do see that a lot of people around my age still feel like they need to go out every single weekend. And I don't get it, because it's super annoying, because the same people that are going out every weekend are the same people that complain that they don't have money to do anything. But going out is expensive. You have to buy drinks, you have to pay cover, you have to purchase the clothes that you're gonna wear out. It's all just so expensive and such a waste of time. Sometimes it can be fun to catch up with your friends, but it doesn't have to be at a bar every Saturday. Not setting enough goals. Now this one hits home because before I started this channel, I would do this thing every year where I'd say, this year I'm gonna write a book, or this year I'm gonna write a screenplay or start a YouTube channel, and I never followed through with them. And that's because I would set this huge lofty goal at the beginning of the year instead of setting up all the little baby steps and milestones that I would need to achieve in order to reach that goal. And this is super relevant right now because 2021 is almost over, and if you're anything like me, you're gonna set some goals in 2022 and you're gonna try to push yourself a little bit harder next year. But if you just tell yourself that this next year I'm gonna start a business, but you don't write down all the steps that you would need to take in order to actually achieve that, I can tell you right now that it's not gonna happen. setting too many goals. And on the flip side, setting too many goals can hurt you as well. Set high expectations for yourself, but not ones that you can't live up to. Because what happens when you set too many goals and you start failing at 1 or 2, it creates this ripple effect where you feel like you can't get anything done. Push yourself beyond your comfort zone, but not beyond your capabilities. Find a happy medium. Doubting yourself. This one's tough because a lot of us are good at something. Like, we're not extraordinary at it, but we're better than the average person at least one thing. But for some of us, we get this idea in our head that we have to be the best at this thing in order to pursue it. We get online and we see people that are better than us at this thing, and that discourages us from wanting to pursue this thing because we're not the best. And I don't know what this thing is for you, but like I've said before, I enjoy creating media content, writing, playing video games, I can draw, I can play piano, but I'm not the best at any of these things. When I see other people out there that are amazing at those things, it makes me feel like, okay, like I shouldn't display it because if I'm not the best, then why go after it, you know? And I'm here to say that that doesn't matter at all. There are plenty of people out there pursuing things that are famous for things that they're not even good at. They don't have a single talent at all. Have you ever read a book and when you're reading it, you're like, I can write better than this. Like, how did this get published? Or like watching a makeup tutorial and you see every mistake that somebody made while doing their makeup and you're like, I'm better than this. Like, how is this video viral? This guy is trying to make it rapping? Are you kidding me? But there are plenty of people wholeheartedly pursuing things that they're not even good at. They might even be bad at it. But it doesn't even really matter if you're the best, because if you have the confidence behind it, other people notice that and appreciate it. Giving in to your fear of failure. This one is very important to me, and even though I have it listed as number 7, this is one of the things that I think is slowing most of us down the most. If you don't pursue things because you think you might fail at it, then you've already failed. You're gonna fail at things, but nobody that's successful didn't fail a ton of times on their way there. I used to struggle with the fear of failure, and it's not super difficult to overcome. So if you need advice about how to overcome your fear of failure, then watch this video, or you can wait until the end if you want to finish watching this video, and I will link it down below. But since I have already made a whole nother video about it, I'm not going to focus on this one too much. Just know that failing is something that's going to happen. Get over it and try anyway. Surrounding yourself with people that don't share the same goals. This one. There's a quote that I like that says, great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. If you have the type of friend group that every time you're together, you're talking about other people and what they're wearing and what they're doing, then look at yourself and what you're doing. And I even think that this applies to talking about celebrities, because we talk about people that we don't even know way too much. Every time I get on Snapchat, I see one of those little stories in my feed that's giving me some information that I don't care to know about the Kardashians. Stupid stuff. Like, Kylie Jenner hasn't gotten her nails done in a while. Is this a clue? Is Kylie Jenner posing like this to hide her baby bump? And every time I'm bombarded with posts like this, I throw my phone and scream, who cares? I'm just kidding, I don't actually do that, but I want to when I see posts like that. So stop wasting your time worrying about what other people are doing and why, because it doesn't matter, it doesn't affect you. And I've seen a lot of people get frustrated with this in a different way as well, where they see that like successful people surround themselves with other successful people and they're friends and they all know each other. And they get really frustrated because they're like, oh, it's just rigged. I can't be successful because I don't know any of these people and they're all just helping each other out. And in a way that's true, but you have to start looking at your friendships as more than just friendships. Are you networking or are you gossiping? Do you ever try to come into contact with people that share the same goals as you? Because I can tell you right now that birds of a feather flock together, and if you don't want to end up like your current friends, then maybe start befriending people that share the same goals as you. You keep starting over. This video is getting kind of long, so I'm gonna make this quick. If you're a perfectionist, then you know what I mean. You start something and you don't think it's good enough, or you know that you can do better, so you throw it away and you start over and over again. Stop trying to be perfect. You're never gonna be perfect. If you're just starting out, focus on just getting something done and out there and perfect your craft as you go. Expecting your results too soon. And last but not least, expecting your results too soon. And whatever you do, I would recommend looking up how long it typically takes to be successful in that thing. If you have an author that you really look up to or an actress that you really look up to, look at how long it took them to get from being nobody to somebody that you know. Because for some reason, a lot of us are under the impression that if you try really hard at something, it'll just happen, and it doesn't work like that. That really popular show, Squid Game, that we all probably know and love at this point, got rejected by 10 studios before Netflix finally decided to take it on. And you might have already heard this one before, but J.K. Rowling got rejected by 10 publishers before somebody finally decided that Harry Potter was a good book. Sometimes we take people rejecting our work as that meaning that our work isn't good, when in actuality, our work just isn't for them. So stop taking rejection personally and stop valuing your work based on other people's opinions of it. I'm sure that those studios and those publishers regret not taking on Squid Game or Harry Potter because they missed out, and that's all there is to it. So that's all I have for you guys today. Those are the 10 habits that I think are slowing you down the most, but there are probably countless others that I missed. So if you think of something, feel free to drop it in the comments and I might make a follow-up video at a later date. But if you liked this video, then hit the like button. And if you like seeing videos like this, then hit the subscribe button because I will definitely be making videos like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you all next week.